Bird Entertainment here. We're back again. This right here is gonna be my new series of just like talking about random things, like topics. Like for instance, this was 15 movie sequels that swapped in our new protagonist. Now I'm gonna be doing stuff like that with just different, topics. So pretty self-explanatory. This one seemed interesting to do, so we're just gonna jump straight into it. There's 15 of them. We'll see what they say. Number one. Caesar took the reins from Will Rodman in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yep. Let's see if I'm going to read any of this. Rise of the Planet of the Apes explores the nature of the relationship between man and nature. At the heart of it is Will Rodman, James Franco, who raises and nurtures the intelligent and evolved chimpanzee Caesar. After the apes break out of captivity and find their own sanctuary, Will decides to let Caesar go and be free with his brethren instead of monkeying around in suburbia with lower intelligent life forms. Okay, so in the sequel, he takes over, pretty much. So we're just going to jump straight to the second. Alejandro Gillick made Kate Macer disappear for Sicario Day of the Soldado. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not gonna read that one, but yeah, he replaced Emily Blunt in the sequel. Number three, Kermit stole the limelight from Walter in Muppets Most Wanted. Oh yeah. When we think of the Muppets, Walter isn't the first name that comes to mind. In 2011 film, though he is a main character and becomes the eyes of the audience. From a Muppet's perspective, of course, despite the risky gamble, it pays off, as Walter is entertaining and compelling enough for the viewers to root for him. Okay. Number four, Ian Malcolm and Sarah Harding replaced the dynamite pairing of Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler in the Lost World Jurassic Park. I ain't gonna lie, Lost World was actually alright. It was alright for real. I think a lot of people say that's not their favorite out of the trilogy, but I thought it was good. But of course, you can't replace Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler. That's why they had to bring them back in the new Jurassic World movie. All of them. But yeah, um, the Jurassic Parks and Lost World. Jurassic Park 3 is very underrated. I really enjoyed that one. That might be one of my favorite of the series for real. Let's get straight into 5 though. Mike Harrigan left Dutch Schaefer at the chopper for Predator 2. Predator 2 takes the hunt from the Central America jungle to the concrete jungle of Los Angeles. This time, though, the alien bounty hunter doesn't need to contend with the one-man war machine Dutch Schaefer, but relentless LAPD cop Mike Harrigan. The original plan was for Dutch to appear in the sequel as a partner for Harrigan. That'd be pretty cool. However, Arnold said hasta la vista when the paycheck on offer didn't match his expectations. Okay. Eventually, the character of Dutch was rewritten as Peter Keyes. What? Gary Busey. So he was gonna be Peter. Well, he was gonna be the character that Peter Keyes played. Dutch doesn't make an appearance in Predator 2's novelization, though. Didn't know that. Number 6. Dory swam past Marlin to lead Finding Dory. Much like the name implies, Finding Nemo was all about, Finding Nemo. The underwater animated adventure follows Marlin as he fights against the tide to get his son Nemo back. Joining him on his journey is Dory the forgetful and funny fish. The sequel, Finding Dory, flips the script as Marlin and Nemo now need to help Dory find her parents. Despite pressure from the studio to create a sequel, director Andrew Stanton remained quiet and calm for a decade, ensuring he had the perfect storyline for Finding Dory before committing to anything. For him, it made sense to switch the focus to Dory since she had been a crucial and fan-favorite part of Finding Nemo. Okay. So now you gotta make one of the damn turtles, because they're fan favorites, for real. Number 7. Autobots traded Sam Witwicky for Kate Yeager in Transformers Age of Extinction. All the Transformers are good, regardless of Mark Wahlberg, Shia LaBeouf, etc. I like them all. The Autobots may be in a never-ending war with the Decepticons over Cybertron, but there's no battle at the box office when it comes to Transformers movies, since there's only one clear winner there. After a highly profitable trilogy, the bots showed no sign of rust, returning for Transformers Age of Extinction in 2014. Yet in this continuation of the series, there's no Sam Witwicky, the protagonist of each of the franchise's first three entries. In the fourth installment, he is replaced by inventor Kate Yeager. As a new human hero who needs to help the Autobots against the CIA and Galvatron, LaBeouf, though, never had any intention of reprising his role as Sam after Transformers Dark of the Moon. Chatting the MTV, he discussed how Sam's arc had reached its natural conclusion. Okay? Makes sense. Mater overtook Lightning McQueen for Cars 2. Yeah, I didn't really. Cars is a really good movie. They kind of got a little, kind of good, kind of bad, half and half. I didn't really care. I don't really care about talking about this that much. But yeah, it wasn't bad. But on to the next one. Alright. This is going to piss me off. Lou Dorchin and Adam Jr. erased Adam from Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Okay. If you've seen this movie, you know what they're talking about. Hot Tub Time Machine replicates the time travel formula of Back to the Future in a raunchier comedy that follows a group of misfits getting up to shenanigans. Even so, it's clear to the viewer that Adam Yates, John Cusack, is a character to keep our eyes on. Naturally, Cusack's name alone ensures he receives top billing. The first one was a fucking masterpiece. I love that movie. I could probably watch it anytime. It's funny as hell. The second one didn't hit so good. It had that Joe Dirt 2 momentum going on for it, in my opinion. I've only watched it one time and never watched it ever since. With the budget for Hot Tub Time Machine 2 cut in half, Cusack opted not to return. And that's understandable, and I know what they had to do for the second movie because of that. But it just still pissed me off. Or the studio simply couldn't afford him. Lou Dorchin, Rob Corddry, takes center stage this time as the motley crew goes 10 years into the future where they meet Adam's son, Adam Jr., Adam Scott, who also plays a major role, which is him. I don't know, man. I have to go back and look at some clips of it just to refresh my memory about it because it had a bad taste in my mouth. Number 10. Before anybody says anything, no one will replace Brian O'Connor or Paul Walker. Rest in peace, my friend. They're working on Fast X now. It'll be 2 parts, and it's the last movie of the franchise. It needs to end finally. It's been too long. I enjoy every one of them. Don't get me wrong, but like everything good comes to an end, you know. But anyway, Sean Boswell sped in for Brian O'Connor in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. That Tokyo Drift, low key, is a really high key movie for a lot of people. They really enjoy this one. I enjoy it myself. Not a bad movie whatsoever. Had a pretty good cast. The fucking races were dope. You know, drifting, that was new in the Fast and Furious franchise. But I don't know why they went this route exactly. They might say it right here. But I enjoyed it. And they brought them all back in the fourth movie and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? They even brought him and their cast into it. So it all came full circle. So we're good. But anyway, Fast and the Furious franchise is the equivalent of printing money. As long as you... That is true. As long as Universal Pictures fuels these films, the audience will show up. That is true too. There was a time, though, when the studio experimented with different premises in the series. Sorry, guys. Leaving the people cared more for the speedy cars than the characters. For the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Sean Boswell takes the wheel from Brian O'Connor, Paul Walker, Lucas Black. Sorry, guys. I felt that was disrespectful if I didn't say his name. And spends his way through an adventure in Japan. While the story is connected to the overall franchise, it is somewhat of a standalone sequel. In an interview with the Los Angeles Times, Walker explained that his absence from this film was due to studio politics, admitting he nearly walked away from the franchise altogether following the second installment, Too Fast, Too Furious. Damn, I didn't know that. But what was cool about this movie is at the end of it, they brought Vin Diesel back for him to race, which is pretty cool to me. That was pretty hype. Number 11. Jake Pentecost grabbed the Jaeger controls from Riley Beckett in Pacific Rim Uprising. I thought Charlie Hunnam was a really good cast member for the first movie. I thought it was a really good movie. Not taking nothing away from this one. This one's a good movie too. And John Boyega was really good. But uh, I just it takes place 10 years later, which I mean that's okay. Let's see what it says. I'm just gonna skip to the bottom. That's where I read that. It takes place 10 years later, which helps to explain some of the missing faces from the first film. However, the reason for Riley's absence is less nefarious than some other protagonist shakeups. The truth is, Hunnam was busy filming King Arthur: Legend of the Sword, so he was unable to commit to Pacific Rim upgrades. That happens a lot, so that's understandable. Okay, we know that. That's cool. Number 12. Let's do it. Darius Stone knocked Xander Cage out of the picture for Triple X State of the Union. Both movies are bangers. The third one was pretty good too. They brought Vin Diesel back, but a lot of people didn't think this would work, but it fucking worked. Team of Vin Diesel and director Rob Cohen know how to summon the power of Zeus and make lightning strike twice. After the Fast and the Furious raced away with all the money from its box office haul, the two protein-shaking troubadours brought the dripping Mashimo to 2002's Triple X and adrenaline-fueled action thrill ride starring Diesel as the rebellious daredevil Xander Cage. Again, success followed and Sony quickly signed up both action aficionados for the sequel. I live for this shit. That shit was funny in the first one. Okay? After receiving two drafts of the proposed sequel script, the star and director departed the project. Diesel told USA Today that it wasn't Triple X to him. The show went on, though, with Ice Cube cast as a new rough and tough character named Darius Stone. Unfortunately, the film should have been titled The State of Disaster as it bombed at damn. But it was a good movie, though, and received stinging reviews that made the previous film look like Citizen Kane by comparison. Diesel eventually returned as Xander Cage in 2007. He's returned as Xander Cage, titled that about as on the nose as they come. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the ending of this one was they killed off Xander Cage. No, it wasn't Vin Diesel, but it was someone that played him. Showed his bald head and this tattoo, but they didn't really kill him because, the third one he came back. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. Big old mess on that part. Good movie, though. Both ways. 3 ways, whatever. 13. Ash Corbin switching for... I'm going to tell you right now, I'm skipping this fucking number. There's no one that's going to replace Brandon Lee as a Crow ever. I don't care who you get. I don't give a fuck. I'm not reading this. No hate to him. Vincent Perez. No disrespect to him. He tried his best. Whoever was after him, they tried their best, I guess. But there's nothing and no one to ever replace Eric Draven, Brandon Lee, and the Crow. Nothing. Etc. Skip. Bye. Out of here. 14. Jake Morrison chased off the aliens instead of Steven Hiller in Independence Day Resurgence. Can Independence Day exist without Will Smith? That's the question Independence Day Resurgence tries to answer. Released in 2016, 20 years after the original film, the sci-fi spectacle leads Smith's character Steven Hiller out of alien action, choosing fresh-faced pilot Jake Morrison, Liam Hemsworth, to lead the next generation of heroes and save the Earth from E.T.'s brethren. For fans, it was a surprise to see the hero ask for the sequel, and the studio toyed with the idea of bringing him back. In fact, 2 scripts were written, one featuring Hiller and the other without. But Smith wanted a sizable paycheck to come back for the sequels, though 20th Century Fox chose a Hillerless, they didn't sound good, feature for the franchise. If a lot of you caught that, you know why I said that. But anyway, not a bad movie, but it ain't the first one. It ain't Will Smith, sorry. On to the next. They're really going to end it on this. 15. This is going to be another... It's going to be another one of the Crow situations. I'm going to say it before I read any of this. No disrespect to Jason Patrick. The guy right here. The guy that played Alex Shaw. Because that guy is Michael in the Lost Boys. Respect. But he is not Keanu Reeves. No one else is going to be Keanu Reeves. They never can. They never will be. They are not the one. They are not Neo. They're not Mr. Anderson. But on to this. Alex Shaw stole Jack Traven's girlfriend and movie in Speed 2 Cruise Control. Much like Taken, Speed is better as a once-off premise. How many times can Jack Traven, Keanu Reeves, and Annie Porter, Sandra Bullock, sexy as fuck, I don't give a fuck, be put in a situation at the race against time? Reeves felt the same way too. As a star of Speed, he initially committed to the sequel before turning his back on it. That's good. At least he tried to do it. 20th Century Fox answered by casting Jason Patric as the new lead of Speed 2 Cruise Control. Patrick plays Alex Shaw, a SWAT team member in Annie's new boat. The couple goes on a cruise ship holiday for a break from it all, only for a villain to hijack the ship with a nefarious plan to crash into an oil tanker. Unfortunately, the flimsy sequel received brutal reviews and a poor box office return. Most of the people involved in the movie regret it, with Patrick even calling Speed 2 a stupid movie in retrospect. Damn. You know, if you got your main star saying that, that's telling you something. I respect that. I'm not gonna say it's a very, very bad movie. Like, I've watched it at least maybe twice. I, I would say I couldn't watch it again. Like, I'd have to watch clips of it. I couldn't just sit there and watch a whole movie. I have tried. Last year, I tried it with my ex. It did not work. We watched the first Speed together. That was really good. I could watch that again. But this one, no, shit, ugh. But yeah, that's gonna be the 15 though. But this is an idea that I've been doing. I'm gonna try to do more of these. If you all like this type of content, you know, there's a bunch of stuff on here. It's entertainment, it's music, whatever, lifestyle, history, culture, food, channel, sports, nerdy, blah 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 blah, whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video on that. Much love. I wish to help remember that. You guys have a great day.